Hello everyone and welcome to day 2 of our CADvent calendar. With me again, Robin. I'm the Technical Director of Man & Machine in the UK, and today we're going to be mirroring what we did yesterday inside of Revit, but inside of Inventor Professional. So we've got 10 videos which are going to show you how to get started using Inventor, and today we're focusing on the file formats, what they are, and how to navigate our way around the user interface. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and show you what Inventor looks like. Okay, so this is Inventor. I'm using 2025, but really this is the same no matter what modern version of Inventor you're using. Certainly if it's one of the supported ones downloadable from an Autodesk subscription, you'll be right at home. When you launch Inventor, you'll be displayed with the following screen. And all I'm going to do to begin with is just go ahead and open up the New button just here. Because the first thing I want to do is just talk you through the different types of file that are available inside of Inventor, because there are many. You can see them all in front of your screen here. I'm just going to talk through the main ones for this, because we're not going to go through weldments, we're not going to go through mold design, we're not going to go through sheet metal. So we're going to focus on the main ones. And first and foremost, we have an IPT, an Inventor part file. That is a single component that can exist either on its own as a part, or indeed within an assembly, which is an IAM file. Assembly is a constrained collection of parts, sub-assemblies and sub-parts to make up an assembly. The clue's in the name, really. You then have a drawing. You can have a drawing of a part or of an assembly or of the mixture of the two. And they come in two different file formats. You can either use IDW, which let's just say that's the legacy Inventor own file format, but you also have the industry standard DWG file, which most organizations will use for their GA, client and manufacturing drawings. There are also some other formats. As I say, you've got sheet metal parts, you've got weldment assemblies, mold design assemblies, and also what we call presentations, which allow you to create exploded views. So this isn't an exhaustive list, but today it's just showing you some of the different file formats that are around. It's also worth understanding how an Inventor project file works. So let's just go ahead and open up my project settings and show you that we basically have a project file that controls how Inventor works. It's called an IPJ file. And the purpose of an IPJ file is to tell Inventor where all the files are stored and how they work with one another. Because naturally, if you've got a top-level GA drawing, that could be referencing several assemblies, which in turn could be referencing several other assemblies and several individual parts. So Inventor needs to be able to find all of those relationships and components, if you will. Because of that, it has a project file. That project file has a workspace where all the files relating to that project will be stored. And it also has a number of other settings, such as where templates are found, where your standard nuts, bolts and washers are going to be stored, where your material styles or appearances are going to be stored, so on and so forth. We're not going through it in the nth degree today, but it's very important that you understand how a project file works and create one for the purpose of your own benefit. So all we're going to do is choose to create a new part, just to get ourselves inside of an interface where I can show you the different toolbars. And I'm going to whistle through these really quickly because we're going to use them in several different ways and in several different complexities over the next 10 videos. So I'm going to jump into a new part, but you could open an existing part, you could start a new assembly. It doesn't really matter. The first thing to understand is that Inventor is fully context sensitive. That means that anything that you see on the menus, anything that you see on the right-click menu will change dependent on what you're doing at that particular point in time. Tools may grey out if they're unavailable, or they may become available only in certain environments. And that's important to note so that you don't get yourself lost. We're just going to wait for Inventor to start this file up because it's a little bit slow. There we go. So inside our part file, Top left, we've got our quick access toolbar. This is giving me commonly used tools such as save, open, materials, appearances, and parametric parameters. We have our help section on the top right, which is giving us the ability to search for commands such as extrude, see where those are, and also access our licensing information, download third-party and Autodesk approved add-ins, and also access the Autodesk help. Underneath that, we have our ribbon bar. Our ribbon bar is the main toolbar in our application here in Inventor, and it's split into different tabs, each tab made up of several different panels. The workflow is natural left to right, and it's really easy to find things that you want to see. You click the tabs to change the panels and get access to different tools. If I want to create a 3D extrusion, I would go to the 3D model tab and find the extrude tool under create. If I wanted to place a 3D annotation, I would go to the Annotate tab and find the Dimension tool under General Annotation. So it's all fairly straightforward. Keep your eye out for drop-down arrows like this one here, which give you further options either on a panel or indeed on an individual tool. In the middle here, we have our real estate. We will come to that in the next video, not tomorrow, but the day after. But that's where our model is going to be shown and how we can navigate around our model. On the left-hand side, we have our browser. This shows us the history of our component, whether it's a part or assembly. If it's a part, it's going to show us all the different sketches, extrusions, sweeps, loft, so on and so forth, that have been used to create this part. Again, we're going to go through that in the nth amount of detail as we go through in this course. Finally, right at the bottom of the screen, you have some tabs that's showing you all of your open files. And those tabs will continue to grow as you open more files up inside of Inventor. Fairly straightforward, works as you would expect, but that's really all I wanted to show you for this first video. The idea was just to get you used to it. Open it up, have a play around, get used to working through the different elements of the menu, get used to finding different tools and identifying where they are. Tomorrow we're back on Revit, but the day after, I'm going to lose my count now, so on the 4th of December, we're going to be back in Inventor and we're going to look at how we navigate around a model that we open up inside of the interface. Until then, take care and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.